Hello. Welcome to Slow Night Ancient Tales, a place to soothe your weary day. The story I will share with you tonight is a fragment of an era, somewhat cold and heavy. It is a tale of those who had to silently shed their sweat just to survive, in the deepest, darkest depths beneath the very earth we stand upon. It is the short story Gold by Kim Yu-jeong, one of the most prominent figures in Korean literature. Into the harsh yet sorrowful lives of the people in a 1930s mining village, hidden behind the glittering allure of gold. Once again tonight, close your eyes and quietly listen to my voice. Now, let us turn the page of this slow night. Gold, author Kim Yu-jeong. A gold mine is without a doubt a complete mess. The overseer's eyes are always rolling like an owl's. It's because gold gets stolen if he lets his guard down for even a moment. Well, even so, it still gets stolen quite often, though. To go through their shifts, the miners flock in 3 times a day. Out of habit, they come to the entrance of the mine shaft and stop. In silence, they strip off their clothes. Then, the overseer guarding the entrance stares at them for a good while before tossing them a set of work clothes exclusively for this mine. Only after grabbing it do they finally enter the shaft. It is only after putting on this disguise that they crawl into the shaft, over 100 feet underground. Likewise, the shift workers crawl out to the entrance and take off their work clothes. Stark naked, they shake their arms and legs to show their bodies. Then they receive their own clothes, put them on, and head home. It might be one thing if it were summer or spring, but when the biting winter wind howls during the coldest months, it's quite a sight. Standing butt naked, trembling with goosebumps all over, there's a funny story here. Someone cries out, "Ouch!" and then, gradually feeling embarrassed, bends over. Seeing this, the miners gathered around burst into a chorus of roars and laughter all at once. Despite such strict crackdowns, they somehow manage to sneak things out. Every time they strip off clothes that haven't been washed for a couple of months, thick dust rises. Moreover, inspecting bodies plastered with grime, who knows when they last bathed, is enough to instantly make one gag. Because miners always have bodies like pigs. Even when spring returns and fragrant breezes flow down, he finds no joy in it. The camellias, forsythias, and azaleas scattered wildly in the rugged valley opposite are powerless to draw his interest. Humans are different from machines. After suffering through a single monotonous task, they inevitably become exhausted in the end. It is common to feel ennui not only towards the work, but towards everything in the world. Amidst this, shoving a lunchbox into an exhausted body only makes it feel more sluggish. At that moment, even if you brought him the whole world instead of gold, he wouldn't be very pleased. The overseer guarding the tunnel entrance leans back in his chair, spreads his arms, and stretches. Grunting, he lights a cigarette. In his eyes, nothing stands out more than the nipples of the tavern girl he dallied with last night. Being so sleepy, even that is vague. From the mountainside down below, the generator ceaselessly lets out a frivolous pung-pung sound. A group of men come and go from there, bending their backs and groaning. They seem to be carrying ore. Below them, the valley water rushes violently against the copper, flowing down with a gurgle. The miner rolls his eyes wildly and stammers out these words. Though he has a large and sturdy frame, carrying a wounded man up a ladder that looks dauntingly high seems to have completely drained his strength. Pant, pant! And sweat streams down his dark red forehead. He hurries, fighting for every second to save his dying comrade. How are we supposed to save him? Instead of answering, the overseer frowns again. He glares at the right foot of the miner slung over the back. It had been bound tightly down to the ankle with the torn back of his work clothes and wrapped round and round with thick straw rope. But blood, gruesome fresh blood, just keeps welling up fiercely through the wrapped cloth. Not only that, but the blood drips steadily onto the ground, as if driving a nail into the hearts of the onlookers. Of course, the man has fainted, hanging motionless on someone else's back with his torso bare. His head hangs limply forward like a withered scallion leaf. The wife answers nothing. With her head bowed, she only stares piercingly at that hideous foot. Ho! Weaver, clear tears suddenly well up and stream down her dark, gaunt face. Damn it all. I never asked him to ruin his foot like this just to bring home money. What on earth is he going to do now? After a while, lifting her forehead and raising her voice. "Doesn't it hurt?" she snapped sharply. "What do you mean, hurt? It'll heal soon." It is a hollow, falsely brave answer, but still, it seems he lacks the energy to endure the pain. After a moment, collapsing right where he stands, "I goo!" It is a horrific scream. With that horrific scream, a sorrowful silence settles over the heavy air of the mine. Those who had to delve into the darkness, unaware of their own bodies breaking down, all for the sake of their families. The husband who offers the hollow comfort of "it'll heal soon" while clutching his mangled foot, and the wife who cannot bring herself to cry out loud, shedding only clear tears. Their image lingers in the night air, leaving a long, deep resonance. The story I told you today might have made a corner of your heart feel a bit heavy. However, I hope you can gently bury the exhaustion of those who lived so fiercely amidst the cold dirt and dust of the past into the sands of time, and quietly lay down the burdens of your own day into the darkness of this night, hoping your tomorrow will be filled with a slightly warmer and softer light. I will close today's Slow Night Ancient Tales here. Everyone, have a peaceful night. Sleep well.